So basically, I was working on implementation of ERP Next since 2015. Since last 10 years, we are implementing ERP Next in Bangladesh. And last 2 years, we have started implementing ERP Next outside Bangladesh. So we have clients like in Dubai, in UK, in Saudi Arabia, some clients running in USA, and some customization we are doing for some other regions, some European countries as well. So from Invento, since 2015, approximately we have delivered 600 plus projects, and currently we are around 30 team members. So today I want to talk about one of our recent implementation which we have done for Bangladeshi compliance. So it's called Smart VAT Challan, and it's similar to some other e-invoicing like what other countries have, like India have, and Malaysia have e-invoicing, KSA have e-invoicing. So it's similar to that. Maybe you heard about the recent incident took last year in Bangladesh. So due to the government change, the new interim government came and forced all the businesses to start pushing the data into their central system. So the first thing starts with vendor configuration, like the vendor who are actually making this integration to the work. So we have done that. And the next thing is configuring the companies, like someone doing the business. The early implementation or the industries we were focusing is on the retail. So those company who have like 20, 30 plus outlets in Bangladesh or maybe in some other countries, multi location, multi regions. So mostly they were our client in the retail industries. So they need to register as their company if they have multiple company. If one under one company, if they have multiple branches, so they have to register by themselves. And the government policy changes a lot frequently. They changes policy. They make different tax rule, VAT rule inside their system. So once the invoice is created, like if you are dealing with B2C, like POS invoice created, what government wants to directly send this data into their portal. That is called NBR, National Board of Revenue. And also, if you are generating sales invoice or if you are doing any sales, system will automatically needs to send the data live into their portal. So all the relevant information are there, and once you send the data, uh, the payload, we have to keep it as a record, and also all the callback functions we also keep it as a record. And some reports we have done, like reports for the VAT invoice. Like once this sent to the server, you can download the challan of that invoice, and that challan directly came from the government portal, which has some specific format, like government format. We also have some sync functionality, like it's supposed to send the data live, but there could be some error, maybe from our side, maybe from the government side. So we keep it as a sync now button, that if any invoice failed to send or sync to the server, we also have that button as well. And also for all the ruling, if there are any ruling changes, there is a sync button in the master data, where if you click on the sync, all the recent changes will come up to the system and automatically map with their service type. Like in Bangladesh, if you are dealing with different services, then each service will have different VAT or tax code and different percentage. So those are covered as well, and we have couple of reports for VAT, for service types, and at the end, one small dashboard where you will see glimpse of what is happening, and if there is a failed sync, then you can resync those invoice as well. So what happened last couple of years, since we are also dealing with international clients, so we have to increase our team size, we have to expand the team size. So earlier we used to do lots of things like develop system in PHP, in .NET, some products in WordPress as well. So what happened when we start pulling the resources from the different technology stacks? So the guy who is developing for like application for last 10 years inside Windows, they don't want to switch their operating system. Like there is a dependency where you need to like write, or you need to have the Ubuntu operating system. So Frappe Docker, we found it's not that flexibility it's giving. So what we have done, so we have create one app. Inside the app, if you run one single script, then it will automatically create sites for you. Like you are giving the site name, example, maybe test is a site name, and system will automatically download everything for you. Like it will download Frappe, it will download ERP Next, and any other custom apps if you want to like add it to with it. So now you don't need to write manual commands like to install it, and now developers from any other different stacks, they can use it. So since it's inside the Docker, so the user friendliness gets much easier. So there are a couple of options, like if you want to check what are the running my instances inside the Docker, and what is happening, and how many sites, and if the Docker is consuming all your resources, all those things you can easily get from the CLI, from the command line. Although we didn't create any web interface, but from the command line, since developer are friendly with the command line, so from the command line you can get all the information you needed from the Docker. Another thing is that if you want to pass any file outside your environment and inside your Docker, so this data or file sharing, we keep it as a bit simpler, so that you don't need to know much about the Docker. Only you can use the command line and you can transfer file. There are a couple other options right now, like what is the access container shell, and if you want to check logs, that okay, what are the Docker logs, and there are something like if you want to install prerequisite packages, you can also do that. If you want to create site logs, if you want to check the logs, everything, you don't need to go like inside the Docker, and the guy who is developing don't need to understand Docker much, because the freshers usually face this problem that they don't know much about the Docker. So that's why we build a system which actually helps the developers to development make it faster. That's it. Both the repos are already public inside the GitHub, so you can have a look. So the Frappe Docker Manager and also the Smart VAT channel, you can raise issue, you can raise ticket. So we are happy to solve anything if you are facing. Like it's not completely published for the VAT Challan, so it's still in the beta phase. But hopefully within this month we will make it live for the production sites as well. And also for the Frappe Docker, if you are facing any issue like in the Windows or in the Mac instance or any other instance, you can raise a issue. We are happy to help and solve you. Thank you.